Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're going to be watching this video from. This is your friend Okwemi in the School of Learning and Development. So, like I said, I'm actually studying for I'm preparing to write my exam, which is the MS 102 Microsoft 365 Administrator. And I come across this question. Now this question, I'm just going to uh, read this question and we're going to answer it and also going to practicalize it, okay, and see what they actually meant in this question. Here it said you have a Microsoft 365 E5 subscription. You create a user name admin1. You need to enable admin one to manage Microsoft's Exchange Online for a maximum of 4 hours. What should you use? Now you can see from here, number one, you have a dynamic Microsoft 365 group. Number two, you have a dynamic security group. Number three, you have a Microsoft Defender for Cloud App Access Policy. And number four, you have what? Microsoft Entra Privilege Identity Management. Okay. So you can see from all these options here now, here the question, you need to understand the question properly very well. Take your time, read the question, digest it. Okay. And then before you can answer. So I'm going to answer this question. I will check for the answer and I'm still going to practicalize it on my portal. Now, he said you need to enable what? You need to enable admin one to manage what? The Microsoft Exchange Online for a maximum of 4 hours. You understand? Now we are giving this person a particular role to manage whatever he wants to do. He has the span. We have also just 4 hours to be able to do that. Okay. Now let's see which one is the answer from here. I believe most of us that are used to this, you know already, you know which one is the answer. But let's confirm. So I'm going to choose this one here and I'll say check answer. Boom. Okay. See? Now the answer is correct. Okay, I choose the right answer. I said by using the privilege identity management, you can assign a role to a user for a limited time. For example, you can assign admin one the exchange administrator role for what? For 4 hours. You can see now. So now let's see now. We've seen that this is the answer. Now, how do you now practicalize it? How do you do it um in the real world? Now, the question said what? Create a user. Say you create what? A user. So now let's go to our admin portal. So this is my admin portal here, the admin.microsoft365. Okay, so here I will come up here where you have here, you come up here, you have your active user. Click on that. Once you click on your active user, click on add a user. Now admin what? Admin one. So let me just create my user admin uh let me just say admin and the last name, let me just give the person uh one display admin one. Yeah, username I can say admin one. Okay, so that's the user, and I will click on my next. Now here I will assign a license to the user. So I've assigned the license to that user. Remember that what I'm assigning is a license and not what? A role. So don't get confused. So click on next. Now once you do that, click on next and you say finish. Now the user has been created from the questions. Okay. We have what? Created what? This user. So now let me try to get the password of that particular user. Okay, so I'll click on here. I'll just copy it so because I will need the password to sign in. Okay, and then I'll click on that, close. Now I've created user admin one as instructed from the question. Okay, now so the admin one has been created. Now it now said you need to enable admin one to manage what? Microsoft Exchange Online for a maximum of what? Of 4 hours. If assuming the question says that give this person a role of Microsoft Exchange, you understand? It's a different thing. But look at here now. There's a clause there. It said what? For a maximum of what? Of 4 hours. So which means that after 4 hours, that particular person should what? Lose what? That particular role after that 4 hours what? Elapsed. So if you just go and assign a role to that user, the role will be there what? For life. Okay. But so now, what are we meant to do? we have seen what we are meant to do from the answer. The answer said what? Microsoft Entra Privilege Identity Management. Now do use 4 hours. So you come up here, you now search for that role you want to assign to that user, which is what? The Exchange Administrator, okay, which has been stated here already, okay, from the answer we got here. So I will click on that. So once I click on that, the next thing I need to do is to come up here and now click on my add assignment. Click on add assignment. So when you click on your add assignment, so you can see now the exchange role as what? Being created. Okay. So now I'll come up here, click on add member, which I'm now going to add that particular user, which is what? The admin. So I will type that user. So this is the user. I'll click on that admin. I'll now click on select. And then here I'll now come up here and click on next. Now, look at it now. Here is said what? For a maximum of what? 4 hours. Okay. Now, maximum of what? Of 4 hours. So you come up here and you now click on your active. Then when you click on your active, then make sure you uncheck this one. Come here, untick that. You have maximum allow assignment duration. Okay. So here you come up here. Here I would choose, okay, I will say okay from assignment start from today, and then the time, and I say end. When do I want this assignment to end? I'll come up here. I will choose my date, my end date. Yeah, I'll choose my end dates. Let me say 19th. Okay. So here the time, okay, this way you now specify the start time and the end time. Say maximum of what? Of fast. So this way you now put in your start time and the end time of that fast. So you just calculate it and then you put it there. And then here you now put your justification. I can say okay, to support users. Okay, so once you now do that, immediately you just do that. The next thing you just come up here and now click on assign. Okay, now this particular role will be assigned to that particular uh user. Okay, so now can you see down? We have assigned it now according to this question. Okay, now if you click on your refresh, click on your refresh. Now go to your active, you can see it now, it's already there. So from here, you can come if you want to update it, click on update, you don't need to extend the time or whatever. So now it has been assigned. Now let me now log into that user and now see if that user has that role assigned to me. But before we do that, let me go to my admin environment and look for that user admin, click on the user and check if that role was assigned to. Can you see that role? Exchange administrator role is already assigned to that particular to that user. I want to manage my exchange online. Okay, so now I'll click on my incognito mode. Then here I'll now go to my CMD where I will see my admin URL. So I want to open the exchange. So I'll come up here. This is the exchange admin. So just click on that. Just open it there. I will now sign in with that particular user. Okay. So I will sign in with that user just to see. Click on that, put in your email address, the email address of the user, and then come up here and put in the password. So I'm going to put in the password, click on sign in. Now click on that. So once you do that now, the user should automatically what have what an admin access for the what Microsoft Exchange Online. So can you see that now? So this user can what can manage other user. Why? Because of what that role has been assigned to him. Okay, but remember the role was not assigned as a role that will be there for life. It is for maximum of what? 4 hours. Okay, maximum of what? Of 4 hours. So once it is 4 hours, this particular role will be withdrawn automatically what from that user once that 4 hours was elapsed. Okay, so can you see that? But now what if okay, if I come up here now, let me click on here. If I say enter ID, enter, I'll sign as the user. Yeah, enter ID. So if you come up here, active uh, assignment, when you come up here, so the user can decide to say if they want to extend their time. Okay, assignment expire. See no access eligible. Come up here. So can you see that now? So this user has been assigned this particular role. If I eventually maybe the user need to activate the role, you can come up here. So the role has been activated for the user. So the user is now what managing that particular thing. So we can extend for the user if we need to, maybe horizontal. If there's any need for that, we'll come back to our exchange. Come up here. This is the user here. So here you can come up here and say update. Click on update and come up here and say, okay, you want to you can decide to choose when you want this thing to extend, okay? And put your justification and you say you save. So that time will now be what be extended to what for that user. I hope you have learned something in this particular this little demo just done. Thank you once again. Thank you for watching my YouTube. Please, if you have not subscribed, please I encourage you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, share, follow, and also what learn whatever you need to learn there. Thank you very much and see you some other time. Bye bye.